Countries all over the world are constructing futuristic megacities for our rapidly growing population of over 8 billion people. These cities come with fresh design concepts and are infused with technological innovations that are straight out of a science fiction movie. On this episode of Built a Billion, join us on an adventure where we explore the most amazing futuristic cities under construction right now. And make sure you stay till the end, because you won't believe the last mega city on our list. If you love to hear about all the mega projects of the world, please hit that subscribe button and leave a like. Lizhou Forest City, China. Like most of the world, China has been leaning more and more into greener alternatives, and what better way to do this than with a city that is literally all green? Lizhou Forest City's concept is one that will have all of the buildings covered in plants and trees, with cubicles inside of the building to work and live in. Who wouldn't want to live in a cubicle? The dream. China hopes to make these cities as close to carbon neutral as possible. One of these buildings has already been built, and it can house up to 500 people. But ideally, the plan is to have an entire city of these buildings that can house up to 30,000 people, 40,000 trees, and more than 1 million plants from over 100 different species. Lake City, Senegal. Senegal is located in West Africa and is one of the region's stronger economies. The government now is about to tackle the construction of Lake City to alleviate the congestion in the capital city of Dakar. The mega project will cost $2 billion and is expected to be complete by 2035. In the city will be several futuristic buildings like the Abu Dhabi International Conference and Dakar Arena for sports. Construction has just started, so it's too early to tell how influential the city will be, but we will be watching with great interest. King Abdullah Economic City. Having the second most valuable company on the face of the earth has given Saudi Arabia a boom of growth in the past few decades. But there's one mega project by the name of the King Abdullah Economic City that seems to be having a harder time growing. First announced in 2005, it was supposed to be one of the world's most competitive investment centers with its economic infrastructure like ports, railways, and factories. It roughly covers the same area as Washington, D.C. and has the potential to hold 2 million people. The city was intended to be a crowning achievement of the Middle East, but it's turned out to be a never-ending work in progress. Only about 40% of the project is complete, and only 10,000 people reside there currently. On the bright side, there are a bunch of super cool modern villas in the city. They may be empty, but at least they're cool. Finland's Bunker City. Finland and Russia aren't friends. And with the Ukraine and Russia tensions spilling over into all-out war, conflict between Russia and Finland seems more likely by the day. But little did we know, Finland has been plotting for decades. Just a few months ago, Finland announced that it has a major underground city that's just waiting for use in the event of a major conflict. The 9 million square foot city is located 39 meters below the ground of the capital city of Helsinki, and can house 900,000 people. It's also strong enough to withstand a nuclear threat. Pair that with the fact that Finland has Europe's largest artillery stock, an army of 240,000, and national conscription, and it's obvious Russia does not want any problems with this country. Nurken Kazakhstan. You've heard us talk about China's Belt Road Initiative, which is China's new Silk Road that will assert its dominance and trade for years to come. A part of this initiative is the investment into infrastructures abroad, and Nurken is one of the best examples. Located in southeastern Kazakhstan, the plan is to have 100,000 workers on the nearby dry port. A Chinese logistics company has 49% ownership of the land, hoping that the city will be a gateway into Central Asia and fit into China's master plan. China, however, is going through a financial struggle at the moment, so its Belt and Road Initiative may be in trouble. Since this is the case, we don't know whether Nurken will realize its potential or not. Akon City. The most controversial city on this list is Akon City. Yes, that Akon. It was first announced by the African recording artist in January of 2015, and his plan was to raise $6 billion in order to create the real-life Wakanda in his native country of Senegal. An 8.1 square kilometer city was computer rendered with condos, office parks, a university, and a 5,000-bed hospital. It was intended to run on Akon's cryptocurrency coin, and the first stone was laid in 2020. But that was the only stone laid to this day. A lot of people still have hope, but most experts believe the project shows the red flags of fraudulent business practices like Ponzi and pyramid schemes. Is this future megacity nothing more than a money collection scam for Akon's new hairline? Only time will tell. Ramallah, West Bank. The West Bank is the site of a huge megacity project headed by American-Palestinian billionaire Bashar al-Masri, and it's being built from the ground up to encourage economic growth in the West Bank. Al-Masri of course hopes to make money from the $1.4 billion luxury city, but also wants to improve the standard of living of those in the area. So here's the plan. Ramallah will have 6,000 units spread out across 22 different communities, with each coming out to $170,000 to $180,000. The project as it stands now is far from finished. 1,600 houses have been built in 5 of the 22 communities, and work is in progress on 400 more houses in a 6th community. Due to its location, very few Palestinians without Israeli passports are able to go there. This has resulted in it becoming a hub for Arab Israelis, and Ramallah's current population is just 5,000 people. Many people though see Ramallah not as a way to help Palestine, but as a haven for wealthy Arabs, which has led to mixed feelings about the project. The floating city. The UN is backing a super high-tech floating city just off the coast of Busan in South Korea. The plans for the city are complete and construction is set to begin in the next few months. And this project is seriously amazing. It will house 12,000 people and is part of the UN's Human Settlements Program aimed at testing a new type of real estate development. The project is being developed by sustainable developers Oceanic and is being constructed to withstand 100-year storms and have a foundation that rises as sea levels do. This means ideally, the city will last forever, even if all the polar ice caps melt, raising the sea level to unimaginable heights. The city will have 3 different platforms, one for housing, one for public spaces, and one for research and development. The platforms will be connected to each other and to land by bridges and anchored to the ocean floor with removable pile moorings. The moorings will be coated in a limestone material known as biorock to make them as strong as possible, and all the buildings will have a cap of 5 stories to lessen the load and be made of lightweight materials like timber and bamboo. Residents will get around on bike and on foot, and the city will be super sustainable with gardens, solar panels, and fresh water filters and fishing cages to catch scallops and kelp. The UN hopes this model can be used for other low-lying areas to protect against rising sea levels and has committed to a budget of $627 million. The project will not be completed before 2025, which is not too far off if you think about it. What do you think about these futuristic megacities? Would you visit any of them? Let me know in the comments below. In the meantime, click a video on the screen to watch something you haven't seen. And thanks for visiting Built a Billion.